Okay, guys, let's talk about the tools of your trade. When you want to take your experience to the next level, you're going to need the right tools. Wine tastes different if you have the right tools. If you want your wine to taste the way it's meant to, you have to invest. And these are necessary investments. We're going to start from largest to smallest all the way down here. First and foremost, you want to get yourself a good decanter. Okay? Don't get anything that's too complex because you have to clean this, mind you. Something just wide at the bottom and narrow at the top should do fine. Nice little lid to keep all the bugs and crap out. You're good to go. Not all wine needs to be decanted, mind you. Only good wine, pardon me, only wine that is been pent up for a long period of time or a really high quality young wine needs to be decanted. We can get onto that at a later video. Let's move that to the side now. We've done that. Next up, you're going to need something called a Burgundy glass. A Burgundy, a balloon glass, it's a large glass. A huge glass. This is for all your reds. Red wine needs surface area to express itself. Okay, and you need to have a nice wide opening. I'm going to zoom you in on this. Ready? It is a large glass. It has a nice balloon shape. It comes out to the edges, then narrows out to the top. Nice wide rim. Allows even me with my big Lebanese nose to really get my nose in. Enough surface area that will aerate your wine as well. So this is for when you have just I'm ready to drink right now, but I still want to get some air into my stuff. That's why you see wine drinkers doing this all the time. They're working the wine. They're making it talk to them. And this is the storybook. All right? And it's going to sing to you as you smell it. You sink your entire nose in. Get a good waft. Don't be shy. All right? No one's going to laugh at you at the restaurant. It's going to make you look like you know what you're doing because you do know what you're doing. You're actually experimenting. You're seeing what the wine has to tell you. Necessary, big Burgundy or Pinot Noir glass for all your reds. Now let's talk about white wine. White wine is where things get a little bit complicated because with white wine you need 3 glasses because not all white wines are made the same. There are complex white wines. There are white wines that need to be cold constantly. And then there's, of course, the infamous champagne or sparkling wine. Would you believe that for complex white wines, we still need a very large glass? Okay, we still need to work it and get air into it, but the minimizing of the surface area means that it will warm up more gently and allow those aromas to develop and grow and grow and grow. And you can really come to enjoy the subtle nuances of what white wine has to offer. And when I say complex white wines, I'm talking really well-made Chardonnay, phenomenal Semillon from the Hunter Valley. I can go on and on. Marsanne, gorgeous. They're so delicate. They're so subtle and nuanced that you really do need to bring it up to a certain temperature before it sings to you. It's not just pour and sip. But let's go into the pour and sip wine. All right? You want to have minimal surface area. All right? And a nice, long, thin stem that I can hold all the way down to the bottom here. Because it means that I can pour my ice cold Sauvignon Blanc. New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, phenomenal. I can pour it into my glass. I can have a conversation with you. I can hold it down here, and I know that my wine's going to remain cold and delicious. All right, it's not going to heat up and go weird and rancid. Very necessary. Lastly, and there's going to be a bit of debate about this, the champagne flute, because there's 2 separate designs of the champagne glass. There's the chalice, which is wide and has large surface area, and then there's the flute, which I think is necessary. You go to a restaurant and they offer you the big chalice. You ask them if they have a flute. If they say they don't have a flute, you go, no, you know what? I don't want the wine. I'm going to order something else. Thank you very much. The champagne flute is necessary for examining the quality of champagne. The fine flute allows the maximum amount of contact to allow those bubbles to really form and get a good idea of just the quality of the sparkling. I'm going to get into that with a tasting properly to understand the major differences between the two. But basically, all sparkling wine needs a champagne flute, with the exception to cheap sparkling wine, which I would not mind even putting in this, just a regular cold white wine glass, purely because cheaper sparkling wine isn't trying to achieve that fine velvety bubble. Alright? It's trying to be just a nice, tasty, bubbly beverage. And at that stage, you treat it like a regular cold white. Lastly, but not least, a pronged cork opener. Pronged. It looks like Wolverine's claws. Let me zoom in. Yep. Cool. This allows you to remove your corks without damaging them. And if you're like me, I really adore keeping my corks for memories. Alright? Memories of fine wines that I've had in the past. Alright? Couple of extra items that you probably should have around your house in general. Should be a flashlight. Bloody hell. Here we go. Flashlight. A thin bladed knife. And of course just a regular jug. Any jug that you have around your house will do. These are for the decanting of fine wine. I'll walk you through that video at a later stage too. Alright guys, so I hope that you enjoyed this informative lesson about the basics. These are the basic minimum that you need in order to start your wine education. Please share this video with anyone that wants to learn about wine. Alright, like, share and subscribe this video. And I really hope that you go out there and you take this quite seriously and you get these glasses, because it is going to change the way that you experience wine. You need the right shaped glass to taste how wine is meant to taste. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.